So in June, I did a video on my channel talking about how I thought this would be a good time for Nintendo to come out with the new Donkey Kong 3D game, or they should put all three games on the Switch. Well, they ended up doing one part of my prediction, and they ended up putting all three of the original games on the Switch, which you can now play if you have the online service. However, the more I was thinking about it recently, I really feel like they should still go ahead and have a new 3D Donkey Kong game, because I was recently playing Tropical Freeze with one of my friends this past weekend. It made me really want to play the game again, and I was thinking with 3D World coming out, what if they just modeled the Donkey Kong series after 3D World and had a game kind of like that? And so since Kirk was just talking about 3D World this whole week, I thought we could do a video together talking about how that would work. All right, so I'm out of hibernation. The Boopinion is back.
Let's go,
But
baby!
this time I'm doing it on the jigsawFlex channel.
We've been playing a lot, basically revisiting old games. Him with Tropical Freeze, me of course with Super Mario 3D World, and we just thought about this amazing idea how it would be so cool to have a new Donkey Kong game this year, especially if it were to like carry on the Super Mario 3D World model. I think it would be really cool for Retro Studios or any other developer to basically make a new Donkey Kong game that would blow our minds. And I would absolutely love that because Donkey Kong is fantastic. With Donkey Kong 64, a lot of people have liked the game, some don't, but you know, it is kind of like a black sheep, kind of like Super Mario Sunshine. So I just feel like there's a lot of people who do want to have like a 3D Donkey Kong game.
Yeah, I agree. And I really wanted like a third game in the Donkey Kong Country Returns series at first, but as you said, like the more I was thinking about it, like they should really just copy the 3D Mario World model, which is just like kind of combined. You still have a level format where you're collecting stuff and you go from one, it's like a linear format where you go from one part to the other and the level ends, but it would have like a 3D overworld. The way it would work is that it would still be like the Donkey Kong Country Returns games and the new ones where you would just try to complete the level and you would collect puzzle pieces and letters for each level, but it would be in 3D, so that would be even more challenging. Even though like Tropical Freeze is already super challenging as it is, and I just think like this could kind of be like a bridge between what people wanted from a second Donkey Kong 64 game, but then it would also just be testing out the waters for what people would like for a 3D Donkey Kong game, because it's never been done besides 64.
Yeah, I'd like to piggyback off of that. I don't think Nintendo or Retro Studios is ready to come back to like a more open world Donkey Kong like 64. So I think this bridge, like you said, between 2D and 3D, like this linearity will definitely work, because as you mentioned before with Donkey Kong Country, you collect those puzzle pieces, you have the Kong letters, right? It feels like you're collecting green stars in like a world in Mario 3D World. So I think that would be a really cool idea. That's also one of the reasons why we wanted to discuss this, because I think it could work really, really well. And to make it even better, I mean, like the idea of just incorporating those 4 characters that we could play now, it's kind of like in 3D World, right? With Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Cranky Kong, Dixie, and then with the 5th, actually, with Rosalina being kind of like your unlockable character, Funky Kong was actually playable right away in Tropical Freeze. So it does have this like similarity with just characters. I feel like you could work with those 4 characters. I mean, it would definitely expand upon the gameplay a lot more with 4 people at a time. For example, I know in Tropical Freeze you can have 2 characters combined in one. So for Dixie Kong, for example, we know that she has kind of like this helicopter, but it also acts like a second jump, kind of like Rosalina. But the difference with Super Mario 3D World was the fact that you could carry people in 3D World but mess with them. You just throw them, right? With this game, it'd be awesome to see like you being able to carry people but use them, kind of like in New Super Mario Bros, right? If they had the propeller mushroom and you shook the Wiimote, you were able to basically fly with 2 people. So I think it'd be a cool idea incorporating with the Donkey Kong Country Returns or Tropical Freeze mechanic, where Dixie Kong, if she's on top of Donkey Kong, they can both do that second double jump. So I think these features could definitely work for a 3D scope or like a 3D world type Donkey Kong game.
Yeah, and I think that's one way you could get around the 4-player aspect where, like, some people might think that's too many players on the screen at once and it might get cluttered. You could kind of design some levels where you have to piggyback on another character. So, like, if it was just 2 players, you would just have, like, the one pairing, like Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. But if you had 4 people, you would have that pairing, and then you would also have, like, Cranky Kong and Dixie Kong. So I think you could definitely work around it. And since it would be in 3D for some of the levels, there'd be plenty of space for it.
Exactly. So we're actually going to move on now to why we believe this matters the most, because technically we got Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze as mentioned in 2018, but in reality it hasn't been like since 2014 when we actually saw like a new Donkey Kong game unveiled. So it's been like 7 years. So to see that it did so well though, for how long it's been since the last Donkey Kong game, people are still kind of talking about Donkey Kong, which is crazy. And we actually looked at the sales of like the Country Return games, and both games, right, Returns and Tropical Freeze, were pretty much the most sold games on the Wii and Wii U. Like, Returns was in the top 20, 15th on the Wii, and 11th also on the Wii U. And we also saw that the Switch sales was like around 2.65 million units, which is also ranked 23 on the Nintendo Switch, which is also really good. So the fact that these games are extremely popular and also that people want a third game for so long, I think Nintendo should deliver for their fans, because what better way to do it but this year, 2021, because hello, Donkey Kong hits its 40th anniversary this year. So, I mean, they have to do some sort of tribute, and I think this brand new game would definitely sell well.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was hitting on in the summer when I was talking about why they should do this, and that they did add the 3 original games onto the Switch just to add tribute to them, but that's not enough. Like, you gotta go all out for 40th year anniversary. They would do something like that for Mario, and Donkey Kong's basically second to Mario for one of the most like iconic characters. So I really feel like they should do this for him, just not just because I love Donkey Kong, but like because people love the game so much, and it would just really help the Switch, because everyone's saying 2021 is going to be a big year. There might be like a Switch Pro. So can you imagine having like a 3D Donkey Kong game on a 4K Switch?
Exactly. Like, I would be super hyped to see a 4K Donkey Kong or like stable FPS. I mean, like, even this year we even having more anniversaries with like Pokemon hitting its 25th, and I think Zelda being its 35th, I believe. So the fact that, I mean, people are speculating that 2021 is going to be a big year for games, they have to also include Donkey Kong. I don't even care.
All right, so this sounds too good to be true, right? That's what I'm thinking. So how likely would this actually happen? Well, for one, as we just mentioned, it's the 40th year anniversary of Donkey Kong, and they have been known to go all out for big anniversaries in the past, such as the 35th anniversary for Mario. So you would think they would do this for Donkey Kong. However, as we're going to mention, there's a couple of challenges to why this wouldn't happen. So I'm going to say this isn't that likely for 2021, but I could see this being likely maybe 2 to 3 years from now. What do you think, Kurt?
I don't know. It's like a gamble, because you randomly out of nowhere we got Paper Mario the Origami King. Out of freaking nowhere. That was like literally a shadow drop. And since we're still during the pandemic right now, that could still happen. So I'm just gonna like stay positive that it could still happen, because Donkey Kong is very prevalent. It is very important to Nintendo's history. Without Donkey Kong in 1981, we wouldn't really probably even be here today with Smash Bros, with a lot of Mario games and stuff. So I think it's well deserved to like have a little tribute.
I think you actually convinced me. I'm thinking that they might release a little bit of a teaser trailer in 2021, and they'll maybe have a demo, but I don't think it'll come out this year. I'm still hesitant to say that, but I do think that they might have something, maybe like a title screen like they did for Metroid. But as you just said, we got the shadow drop for Paper Mario, and that was only 4 years after Color Splash, and it's been 7 years since Donkey Kong. So you would think they've been working on something for Donkey Kong since it's been that long.
Exactly. So like I said, I'm just gonna keep my hopes up. But before we go, I just want to say that I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, oh, they probably wouldn't do like a new Donkey Kong, because again, the Returns or Tropical series have literally been developed by Retro Studios, and they're in development for Metroid right now. Well, this is what we discussed as at least our backup plans for this, is that a while back they've been like hiring new people, and what's funny is I came across that Stephen Dupree, who is the lead designer for Tropical Freeze, and Mark Capers, who's also a level designer for Playful Studios, who worked on Super Lucky's Tale, which both games are platformers, and it would be kind of weird for Retro Studios themselves to actually hire these people for Metroid Prime, because, you know, Metroid Prime is more like a shooter. It's more like what they hired for this one dude that worked for Borderlands, right? It's a different genre. So I'm like thinking it could be possible that these people are secretly like working undercover and they may shadow drop something like Paper Mario, like a Donkey Kong game. So that's why I'm also very optimistic to this fact, because there's like little hints and stuff that maybe these people are not just for Metroid and maybe for like another series like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I agree. It'd be weird for them to have a lot of platforming in Metroid Prime 4. It's not like the 2D Metroid games, so I don't know how much platforming you would do for that, but it definitely means something that they hired the lead developer for Tropical Freeze, kind of like a little hint that maybe they're working on something like you said. So that's basically what we think for how likely this would be to happen, and also why we think this should copy the 3D Mario format. But let us know in the comments what you guys think, and if you think this is a good idea, and whether or not you think it would come out this year or maybe next year.
And if you did enjoy this video today, guys, feel free to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys again for watching. All of my Donkey Kong fans, even if you don't have any questions, just shout out down below. Just say, hey, I'm a Donkey Kong fan, so I know how many people love Donkey Kong. But that's all we have to say for today, guys. I'm jigsawFlex. We're signing out for now, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.